What's going on, beautiful people? This is the Pure Intentions podcast back again. My name is your host, David.
I'm Justin.
And man, this one is a very important episode. If you've ever struggled with how you feel about yourself, how you see yourself, if you've ever thought that your present moment, your life should be looking differently, we can help you with that because today we are going over exactly what building self-esteem from the ground up looks like and some key information that you need to understand on this journey of building yourself up, because in this life, bro, and just to tell me if I'm wrong, in this life, bro, we start so low just based on the perspective that society as we know it today gives us.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna get into it. So
Yeah. I want to say
first
something real
off,
quick.
oh yeah,
Um, like, bro, self-esteem, this is like the foundation to everything. Like, how you see yourself is gonna be how you live the rest of your life. So it's always gonna be important to have a great image of yourself in your mind, you know. So this
yeah,
is
I
important.
agree,
This is
bro.
real important for me.
And it's gonna get in. You gonna like y'all are gonna realize, okay, why does my life look like this? Why do I act like this? It's mostly because of how you see yourself and really what you feel like you deserve. So
Yeah.
let's get into this, man. What is self-esteem? Well, Google number one says it's a measure of how you feel about yourself. What do you think you are worth? You get what I'm saying? Like, do I think I'm deserving of this type of life, or do I think I'm deserving of this type of life? And character and behavior, character being what you think about and how you see yourself, and behavior being the actions that you choose to take, are a cyclical cycle. They both depend on each other. So how you see yourself will always be how you act, and how you act will always be how you see yourself. This is law. So, what is your self esteem right now? In the day to day life of the actions that you observe yourself taking, or maybe you've never observed yourself taking them. Let's just go get a piece of paper and write down some behaviors that you do throughout the day. It doesn't matter if you think they're good or bad. Just write them down. Whether you think uh, what behaviors those are. And so if you see things like um, self doubt, or you see things that are diminishing behaviors, or you see things that aren't as uplifting, you most likely have low self esteem, which most of the population, I would say, does, especially in America. Um, and it's just a very important aspect to consider when you want things out of life, when you are puzzled at your outcomes.
Yeah.
So I want to introduce another concept: self esteem versus self efficacy. So, as we've just said, esteem is your level of how you see yourself, it's your overall self worth. Do I think I'm worth this, or do I think I'm worth that? Do I think I'm worth $1 million, or do I think I'm worth $1 billion, or do I think I'm worth $1?
Yeah.
But efficacy is a little different of an aspect. It is your ability to be deserving of success within different areas and situations. So, inevitably, a person that has high self esteem most likely also has high self efficacy, because they think they are deserving of the best. And when I believe I'm deserving of the best, I believe I'm deserving of the best globally, not just in this area or that area or this situation, but in all situations. And so, esteem is your confidence in self, efficacy is your confidence in ability. And right here, we got examples. If you think you are, If you don't think you are, then you aren't. So if you don't think you are the fastest runner on the track in a race, you're going to lose.
Yeah.
If you think you are the best runner in the entire marathon, you're going to perform well. It's not to say that you're going to win, because other people can have higher self-esteem than you, but you will perform a decent way. And efficacy, if you think you can, if you don't think you can, then you can't.
Yeah.
And that's a quote that a lot of people use. Um, if the person that says they can't is right, while the person that says that they can is also correct.
Yeah. And
So
I want to piggyback off that too because my high school football coach, he played in NFL. Keep that in mind. And he always said, football is 85% confidence and 15% skill. And like I said, he played in the NFL. So when you have that confidence in yourself, it literally just takes you to another level. And a lot of times when people have low self esteem, and let's say they're playing a sport and they look to the left, they're like, oh, this person taller than me. He gonna block my shot or something. You already canceled yourself out before this even happened in reality. So when it happens in reality, you're gonna be like, oh, I knew it. But it's that mental trap that you instilled into your mind before it even happened. So like you
exactly.
manifest it. You manifest that stuff before it even happens because of your self esteem.
Literally, all of this is within the process of manifestation. And it's a good segue into the dangers of self esteem. When you look to the side, when you look to that person that's running beside you, bruh, you are comparing. You are
Yeah,
comparing your present position in their present position. And that negatively affects self esteem. And social media amplifies that to a million times.
yes,
Like, bro, I'm looking at this person, I'm looking at their views, I'm looking at my views, and I'm comparing the two. I'm looking at this person and what their highlights look like and what my highlights look like, and I am comparing. And that is a great way to have low self esteem. You're always going to have low self esteem with comparison. It is the thief of joy. There is
yep,
always going to be someone that has more than you, but that's not what you should be worried about. What do you have? What are your capabilities? And social media also brings about things like imposter syndrome. When you see a post of someone that says, oh, you can't be a fast runner if you're not like this. But what if you can? What if you think that you can? What if you believe that you can have those qualities that they said you can't have and be successful? They're giving you imposter syndrome, something that you don't need to adhere to. And it also makes you seek validation. Why the fuck would me as a person with high self-esteem want validation from anybody except myself? This is
facts.
self-esteem. This isn't external esteem, bro. This is self-esteem. How do I feel about myself?
Yeah,
And so you have to step away from these things. This is why you see a lot of videos talking about the dangers of social media. I just released one on my personal YouTube, bro. You got to stay away from this stuff. You have to, okay, maybe you don't need to stay away from it. You need to limit your adherence to what you see. You need to limit the effects of what you are consuming. And the best way to do that is not to consume it at all. But, you know, people are going to go about it the ways that they want to.
yeah, and become aware too. Like awareness is very important. Like when you do find yourself um comparing yourself or seeking validation, become aware of those thoughts of you doing that. So then you're able to stop it because a lot of times people are not even aware that they're taking these actions. So they just continue to do it. But awareness is like the first step. So once you become aware of those negative thoughts, be like, boom, okay, I acknowledge it, I see it, but I'm gonna put my attention on something that's gonna bring me value and not diminish me.
Exactly. And the law of cause and effect states that every cause has an effect and every effect has a cause. Everything you choose to do has an effect, bro. And everything that you have done has had a cause. Everything that you feel has had a cause. When you are aware about those things, it's easier to alter that process because you can alter that process. You can choose your causes and your effects. If you don't like the effect that viewing this specific post is having on you, you looking at this, bro, Valentine's Day. You looking at this dude just bought his girl a whip, took her to Bali on a $10,000 trip on a PJ, gave her a rose of $100 bills, not $1 bills. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Uh,
you are literally viewing somebody else's life and comparing, but you can change that. You can change the effect that this has on you by changing the cause. And
mm,
one other thing we need to mention is that's a danger to self-esteem is succumbing, taking on the ideals of society and others. This is what I mentioned in the beginning. A lot of us start off behind. We start off behind because our society points at certain things, especially in America. Our society points at certain things. It takes us down before it takes us up, which is very unfortunate.
yeah.
But it is your responsibility to not allow those things to affect you. And also, poor behavior is a danger of self-esteem. Whenever we hear behavior, we think, oh, this child is acting bad in school. No, that's not what behavior is. Behavior is action. Behavior is action. It is just what is done. So if you're not acting how a person with high self-esteem acts, how can you expect to have that same outcome that they have? You view this person, they step on the court, they're like, bro, I'm taking over everything, bro. I'm yamming, I'm crossing, I'm doing everything. I'm going crazy. I'm dropping 30 this game. But you are literally telling yourself, man, shit, I hope I can get 1 point. I I I hope I can get in the game. Bro, coach ain't got no choice but to put me in the game. He know what this is. We're not gonna win unless I get in the game. It is a requirement. And that is what a person with high self-esteem acts. That is what they are thinking. That is their behavior. So Justin, bro, let them know, bro. Like, how has self-esteem acts you? Because bro, look, they looking at us, they like, bro, these some young people, bro. But we didn't experience. Let them know, bro.
Bro, so first off, bro, I was not the person I am today. Like the man I am today, I had to build this man up from the bottom up. You know what I'm saying? I'm still in the process of building. And throughout life, bro, throughout my childhood, I never had a high self-esteem ever. And this is something I wanted to mention too, because I feel like in a lot of families, especially people of color, we're not taught about self-esteem, having high self-esteem. We're always like, oh, who do you think you are? Your ego may be too big, whatever the case may be. But bro, me building my self-esteem changed everything about my life, bro. Every single thing. Like David says, the law of cause and effect. I had to take a step back from everything, work on myself, work on my self-esteem, and then my outside world change. So it helped me build trust and believe not only in myself, but in the process, especially when other people doubted me. And that's something too, because one of the affirmations that I say, we're gonna get into a little later, I seen, but it's I am acceptable to myself. And that's something I want you guys to say every single day. You have to become acceptable to yourself, no matter who doesn't accept you and no matter who does accept you. You just have to make sure that you're acceptable to yourself. And I tell myself that every single day. So no matter what situation I'm in, no matter what, I'm acceptable to myself. Even when I mess up, I'm still acceptable to myself because I know who I am and I know the work that I put in on myself. And not only that, and one of the most important things that self-esteem did for me was allow me to build my discipline, bro. Discipline is something that really, really changed my whole life as well. But I had to have self-esteem for myself. I had to love myself in order to have discipline. When I didn't have self-esteem in life, bruh, I had no discipline because I didn't value myself. I ain't value myself at all. I just looked at myself as just another person, you know? But now that I actually care for myself, I value myself. I'm like, yo, I need to develop some disciplines in my own life that can make me progress and move forward and continue to grow every single day. So self esteem allowed me to develop discipline, which changed my life again, bro. And some examples of the discipline is like running. I run like 3 to 5 times a week now. I fast a lot. And also meditation. I've been meditating for over 2 years every single day because of self esteem, because I care about myself, I care about my mental, I care about my physical, and I care about my physical. So, because of that, I meditate every single day just to make sure that I'm doing well. I'm checking up on myself because I value myself because of that self
So did y'all
esteem.
see that? Did y'all see that? The fact that his character became one of high self esteem, he began to behave in such ways.
Yeah,
Because he thought he was valuable in those ways, he began to run consistently, he began to fast consistently, he began to meditate. Those are behaviors. It's a cyclical cycle.
that's a fact, bro. And another thing too, like this is a little touchy subject, but in like 2021, like I really experienced depression. Like I was really depressed. I was at the lowest of my lowest in my life. But that's 2022 is when I started working on myself, and then that's when I started developing this self esteem, and that self esteem got me out of that depression, bro. Because like David just said, I realized I'm like, dang, I'm a valuable person. Like I got some value to offer to this world, and not only to this world, but to myself. That's the most important thing. So that allowed me to get out of depression. So if you're facing depression, or if you've ever been depressed or something, it all starts with yourself. It all starts within. Build that self-esteem slowly but surely. It will grow. And authenticity. This is very important too because a lot of people believe authenticity is the highest frequency that a human can reach. So when you develop self-esteem, you're gonna be so authentic to yourself. You're gonna be like, you know what? I am me. And like I said earlier, I accept me for who I am. So then you're gonna be unique. If you look out into this world, everybody is just like everybody else. So many people are scared to stand out because they're scared of being criticized or whatever the case may be. But when you have self-esteem, you're not gonna care about that criticism. So you're gonna be your authentic self every single where you go. Even when you by yourself, you still gonna be yourself. You're gonna be unique. That's the highest form, that's the highest frequency a human can reach is authenticity. So that's something that had helped me for sure.
Literally, bro. And this is something that you, bro, first of all, congratulations on hitting 30 days of your challenge, bro.
I
But this
appreciate
is
that.
something that you mentioned in your video, bro. You have to be.
Yeah,
You have to be, bruh. And when you be, you are being yourself. You are being the most authentic version of yourself. You are self expressing at the highest level when you are being.
facts.
You know what I'm saying?
And like I mentioned in the other slide, so this is like build self-esteem by setting goals. So what, and this is also what helped me get out of depression was you want to set up small daily goals for yourself that you can achieve. And it can just be making up your bed. And that's really how I started, to be honest, because I was like, you know what? I need some daily wins in my life so I could be proud of myself at the end of the day. So I started with something small as just making up my bed every single day. So every day I started making up my bed. Then it came to a point where it just became a habit in my mind. I wasn't thinking twice about it. So then I'm like, wow, like I didn't grew. And it's like you move on to the next level. So then I'm like, all right, let me do something a little more difficult. Let me start reading every day. I started reading every day. Then it was like, you know what? I moved on to the next level. Let me start meditating every day. So you need to find, it doesn't have to be that, but you need to find something, especially if you're at ground zero. Find some small daily wins that you can control, that you can complete every single day. It could be something simple, man. Something real simple, bro. And then eventually those goals, they're gonna keep growing and growing and growing, and they're gonna be big, bro. And I'm a firm believer in having goals, bro, because a goal is like a GPS for your own life. Like if you don't have goals, you don't know where you going in life. When I was depressed, I had no goals, bro. And not only did I have no self-esteem, I had no goals at all. But I started setting those small goals, and then I started gaining those victories throughout the day. And that's really what you got to do, bro. Because once you complete goals, bro, you're gonna feel so good about yourself. You know what I mean? It's like I said, something small. If you got bad hygiene, shower every day. You feel me?
Shower every day.
And you're gonna feel
Oh
good
my
about
gosh.
yourself. You know what I mean?
And
So
this is
that's just
also scientific, bro. When
yeah,
you achieve something, when you say you're going to do something and you do it, you have certain chemicals that fire off in your brain that make you feel better. What does that do on a consistent basis? You feel better on a consistent basis. What does a person with high self-esteem feel? They feel good about themselves, bruh.
great.
This is literally science. This is not something you can avoid. When you achieve these things, you are literally putting milestones in your day for certain chemicals to fire off. So let's say you make up your bed in the morning, you meditate 2 hours later, you go do a hard activity 2 hours after that, you go achieve something else 3 hours after that. Throughout the day, you are feeling good about yourself. So what does
Yeah,
that do on a long-term basis? 1 month, 2 months, 3 months down the line. You now have developed good habits, which are good behaviors, and you now feel good about yourself, which is good character. Come on, bro.
literally, bro. And this is very important too. Like, and I feel like this may be the second step after you really start working on yourself is to be very aware and cautious about who you surround yourself by. A lot of times, if you like you said, especially in America, bro, it's a lot of negativity going around. A lot of conversations that people have is about straight negative stuff. Like it's nothing positive. And you always want to surround yourself around positivity because energy is contagious, whether you know it or not. So if you're around negative energy, that negative energy is like a virus. It's gonna enter your ears and it's gonna enter your mind. Then you're gonna have negativity in your mind. You're like, dang, where does negativity come from? It came from you being surrounded by negativity. So if you are surrounded by negativity, make sure you find some people that's just with positive stuff. And in the process of doing this, your circle's gonna get smaller and smaller and smaller because you're gonna realize how much negative people are in your life, and your circle's gonna get very small. But that's just the cost that you have to pay in order to grow. You know, they say in order to grow, man, you have to leave some things and people behind. And it's nothing personal. It's just dedicated to your own journey. How committed are you to yourself? That's the question you gotta ask at the end of the day. And it's cool to, like you could not surround yourself with these people, but it's cool to love people from distance, man. Like you could still love somebody without being around them. Like I said, that energy can be like a virus. And even a lot of times it can be our family as well. And that's the most difficult thing to do is when your family has a lot of negativity in it. So, and yeah, and like a
Bro,
tip for this is to like just also like we tapped on in the beginning, social media. If you following like the shade room, academics, or whatever, all you see is negativity. If you watching the news, all you see is negativity. Your subconscious mind is getting programmed, bro. So what you want to do is unfollow those pages and follow some positivity pages that have quotes about manifestation or self improvement or whatever the case may be. It don't even gotta be us, Kai. Feel me? Just make
You
sure
see what I'm
you just
saying?
follow. I don't, like people think your diet is just what you eat, but your diet is really what you see. Your diet is what you hear, and your diet is also what you eat. So you got to make sure your diet is positive. Not
Literally,
only the
bro,
food
what you
you consume.
consume.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
every cause has an effect, bro. Everything that comes into your viewport has an effect on you, whether you like it or not. So, what would be the smartest way to go about this? Let me tailor what's coming into my viewport to the best of my ability to have higher percentages of things that are supporting high self-esteem and positivity rather than things that are supporting negativity and diminishment. Come on, bro. This is something that, bro, one of my first videos when I started really putting out information was unfollow the shade room. Why would you want to see negativity all day, bruh?
Facts.
You're literally insane to think that you can look at negativity perpetually and live a good life. It doesn't happen. Causes have effects. Effects have causes. Unfollow these folks. You think you missing out on something? You're not missing out on anything.
Literally.
So now, bro, let me share with y'all how this has helped me, bro. Because just like Justin said, bro, this has not always been my reality. There were times where I was completely consumed within self-sabotage due to low self-esteem, bro. Not thinking that I am worth what a good outcome is. Because it's a self-conscious thing that is literally built up by your environment. If everybody's telling you that you're ugly, that you aren't worth anything, that you can't do this, that, and the third, that you aren't gonna achieve, bro, as a kid, it is very easy to allow those things to get inside of you, but it is your responsibility to come out of those things. So, number one, bro, I'm an entrepreneur. Everybody knows I'm an entrepreneur. It has helped me in my journey of entrepreneurship because, bro, it's a statistic that I want to say like 90% of businesses fail after the first 2 years, bro. Like that's kind of crazy for a person to start a business, incorporate it, pay for their marketing, go to the market and sell it, and they fail after 2 years. That's kind of crazy, bro. And so without high self-esteem, I would have never been able to go into a journey like this. And the thing is, when I first started entrepreneurship, which was when I was what 12 years old, 11 years old, bro, I definitely didn't have high self-esteem, but it was apart from my life. So my life might have looked like this, but once I got into doing what I do or doing what I like to do best, I kind of just went forward with it. But adding on high self esteem to that journey amplifies your ability to withstand. It helped me believe I can be successful in a seldomly successful area, which is entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurs are not successful people. It also helped me to love myself. When you love yourself, you take care of yourself because you finally see yourself as higher than what you were. Bro, when I did not love myself, I did not take care of my teeth. I did not take care of my body. I was not working out. I was not saying the right things to myself. I didn't want to look myself in the mirror, bro. I didn't want to look at myself in the mirror because I thought of myself so low, and it's helped me to love myself. And that's one of my pillars of what I talk about, bro. Love yourself. Why would I choose neglect over growth, bro? Why would I choose negativity over positivity? It doesn't make sense. It's also helped me to develop a still mentality. A still mentality to me, bro, is literally, some people call it stubbornness, some people call it being headstrong. I call it trusting yourself, trusting the developments that you create within yourself. And I began to solidify these things because I began to have high self-esteem. I began to think that the way that I'm developing myself, because I love myself, because I see the best outcomes for myself, it needs to be solidified. And so when things on the outside try to impenetrate that, it has a still outward that prevents those things from affecting my mentality. And so people are like, oh, bro, how are you going through this? And you are just okay. How are you doing this super hard thing, bro? Because I have a still mentality. That's just what it is. And the thing is, I'm 23, and this is the least amount of still that it's going to have. It's only going to get more solidified and more still added onto it. And so the last thing is I didn't feel small anymore. I remember going to my first little event by myself, bro. It was something in Atlanta called, I don't know, Black something. I don't know. But this was when, excuse me, Earn Your Leisure was just coming up. And when it came to financial literacy, it's almost like they began to have just a ton of people looking up to them in that regard. And that I was as well. I thought that who they were was just absolutely crazy, unattainable, fucking huge as fuck. But guess what? I stood in front of them, bro, and I felt so small. I felt so small. They didn't do that. I did that. I wanted to talk to this man. I wanted to say something. I waited my turn. He was taking pictures with people, and then I got up there, bro. I was nervous. I was timid. What the fuck? Acting like I didn't know what to say. Acting like this man is a god or something. This man is a human being.
Yeah.
And in that situation, I felt small in front of people that I put on a pedestal. And you should not do that. You are on a pedestal. You yourself, you deserve more than what they have, even. Not to say that they deserve less, but to say that you deserve just as much and more. And so I became able to go in environments and not feel small. I remember in 8th grade, bro, I did a presentation. It was a science project in Miss Mogel class. Shout out Miss Mogel. And I did a project on pouring aluminum in anthills. And so I did that. I poured one in an anthill and I brought it to class to show them the little pieces of aluminum and the actual tunnels of the ants. And I was presenting that, bro. And it came to time where they were giving feedback. And I didn't hear the best feedback. All they said was, it could have been better. And guess what, bro? I began to cry. Bro. I felt small. In that form, bro, not being able to present and take constructive feedback, knowing that they are looking out for you, giving you this feedback. You shouldn't feel small because of this. I will never go in a situation like that again, bro. Go in front of a crowd and feel small. What? Y'all want some information I'm trying to give y'all that y'all looking for from me. Why would I be timid and nervous in front of you? That is what a person with low self-esteem has. They don't think they are deserving of that. That goes back, bro, that literally goes back into what we were talking about before, imposter syndrome. You don't think that you deserve this. You don't think that you're supposed to be here. They want something that you have. What are you talking about? And so, like you mentioned before, bro, the affirmation that you gave, what did you say? What did you say?
I am acceptable to myself.
I am acceptable to myself. This, among other affirmations, are things that you need to do every single day. I don't care if you have low self-esteem or high self-esteem. You need to tell yourself who you are every single day before somebody else does. In my life, bro, I accepted what people told me about myself, bro. They told me I was this, they told me I was that, and I believed it. And it brought me so low. It wasn't me saying this stuff, but it was me accepting it. You can observe things. You can have things come into your viewport, but you do not have to let them alter how you see yourself or alter your actions. That goes back to the still mentality. But one affirmation that I want to give y'all, and this is something that we got at Wadsworth from a speaker, and they had posters up everywhere. And my dad brought a poster home. And once I got older, I understood how important it is to say things like this. I love myself. I believe in myself. I trust myself. I am a genius. Even if you don't believe those things, even if you don't think that you're a genius, bro, why would you not tell yourself you're a genius? Maybe you might become one in the near future.
Facts. And
Telling yourself, bro.
yeah, speaking on that, bro, I remember like in the beginning journey, well, in the beginning phases of my journey to self enlightenment, affirmations was a very powerful thing that I used. And I remember thinking for like years, I'm like, well, in the beginning, I was thinking like, I'm faking it. But, and then I actually started believing those affirmations. And then I had a conversation a couple months ago with one of my friends, and I was like, bro, I was really just faking it till I made it. And then my friend told me, I was like, bro, you wasn't faking it. You was just claiming your power. And I was like, wow, that's a fact. So it's like when you say these affirmations, you may not believe it in the moment, but you're just claiming that power into your reality. It's just sitting there waiting for you to unlock it. And it's up to you to unlock that power. And you can do
It's
it.
always been there.
Yeah, exactly. Always.
Like you literally just have to take ownership of these things. You want to take ownership of all the negative stuff. Why don't you take ownership of something that's going to make you stronger? Like,
Exactly.
come on, bro. It's really not rocket science. This is reprogramming your subconscious mind. And unfortunately, we do live in a world where you need to reprogram your subconscious mind. Faking it till you make it is literally you existing in one present subconscious mind and altering it to the point where now the present moment of that subconscious mind is everything that you said. I'm worth 100 million. I have a large family mansion. I am capable of love and distributing it, receiving love and distributing it. I am a leader. These are things that you need to tell yourself. Who are you? Who are you? Let me know. I shouldn't be able to let you know. You need to know that before you step into the world, because the world ain't going to tell you what you want to hear. The world is not going to tell you the best thing for you, bro. That's just not how it's built at this point in time. We live in 2025. This is not a game. And if you allow this to linger on, continue. By all means, live your miserable life. You will be mediocre. You will not have the things that you want. And you will see sooner or later, I wish I saw myself as more. A billionaire made a video. He said, at the level that you've achieved now, or something like that, they asked a question, at the level that you've achieved now, would you go back and want more or want less? And he said, I would want more, bro, because I didn't have the capacity to think further than where I got. He's a billionaire. This is something, bro, there's not a lot of billionaires in the world, bro. There's less than 5,000 billionaires. There's less than 10,000 billionaires, bro. And he said, bro, I could have thought higher than this. So why would me as a person that's observing that conversation and even limit myself to anything that this world has ever seen? Why would I limit myself? That is something that is adverse to the actual existence of you. When you are fully expressing, it is limitless, bro. It is not bound to anything that this world is, bro. You are not of this world. This earth is your temporary dwelling place. The power that you have is not of this world. And so you need to look at yourself as that high, as that super, super high person. You are the highest. It's not to say that others are lower. It's not to say that others deserve less. It is to say that you deserve the most. And that is what you can control. I can control what Justin think about himself. As me being in his environment, of course, I have some type of influence on it, but I can't control that, right? But I can control what I deserve and what I feel like I deserve. And bro, going back to what you said before, when you began seeing yourself as more, you began to do all these things, bro. I began the same thing, bro. I began to work out. I began to look at my body and say, you deserve a better body than this. You
Mm.
deserve a better outcome than what you've been getting in this area. And that's what self-esteem does.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. This has come to the conclusion of this episode. Episode number what, 20, what, 30?
30.
Is this episode 30?
I think so.
Episode 30, man. Hey, y'all been here for the ride, and we are about to ride even longer till the wheels fall off. Look, bro, we are at episode 30 right now. First of all, we gotta clap it up for ourselves, bro.
Yeah.
We gotta clap
That
it
is
up
a
for ourselves.
milestone.
And also the Pure Intentions community, bro, because dog, people don't get past episode 10, bro. People don't get past episode 15. They lose that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And look, bro. First of all, we just want to say that we appreciate y'all to the fullest extent. We want to see y'all do the best, just like we want to see us do the best, just like we act like we want to do the best. And so we want to go on this journey with y'all of becoming the best people in Gen Z. Yes, we want to be the highest vibrational people in Gen Z in the world. We want to live intentional lives. We don't want to succumb to the world. And so we appreciate y'all. Remember to subscribe, like, and comment. Comment what your journey of self-esteem has looked like, what you've gone through, or maybe you want to ask a question to somebody in the comments or to one of us. Just put it in the comments below. And also follow at Pure Intent Pod on Instagram, TikTok, everything. And also follow the live channel. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Follow the live channel.
It's more raw and unfiltered. You feel me?
You know what I'm saying? Raw and unfiltered. We got reactions. Reactions out the ass, bro. They ain't like us for this one. But yeah, bro. And we're gonna keep them coming. We're gonna bring y'all some stuff that's current, some stuff that's needed to hear. We just did an episode. Our last episode, if you did not see it, was on the Neom project that the people in Saudi Arabia are conducting, and also robotics. These are things that we will be experiencing. So make sure y'all are, top of mind and present.
Yeah. And I want to say, bro, like even going back to self esteem, dog. Like I was on this journey, bro. I still am on a journey, and that's the thing, bro. Like the journey to self enlightenment is never ending until you
It
until you
never ends.
transition, you know. But in the beginning phases of my journey, bro, I started actually feeling myself growing, and I'm like, hold up, like I'm actually getting better. Then it felt like I was like unlocking secrets. Not really, it's not even a secret, but it's just like this stuff don't get talked about. Like I said earlier, like we don't get a lot of people don't get taught about this stuff from our parents or from our family. So it was like they came to a point where I was like, I felt selfish if it wasn't for me to like, or if I didn't share this information because I knew I wasn't the only person going through this, going through depression, going through low self esteem and stuff like that. I wasn't the only person going through this, but I figured out how to get on the other side. And it's like I see both sides because I was there and now I'm here. And like just having self esteem just allowed me to be able to just be on this podcast, bro. Because if I had low self esteem, honestly, bro, I would not be doing a podcast on to help
Bro, you
people.
wouldn't have the confidence to show up like this, bro. I
Exactly.
definitely wouldn't have the confidence to speak the way that I speak, bro. I'd be harsh.
Oh God.
Like, bro, this because it's some real shit, bro. Like, this is not nothing to play about, bro. We live in real life. If you do not fix yourself, you will get fixed. And it ain't the way that you want to get fixed.
Yeah. And exactly, and then especially being so young, like I'm 22, bro. Like, and, y'all probably younger as well, so this is just like really a cheat code in life. Like a lot of people don't reach this level of awareness until their 30s, 40s, 50s, or maybe until they on their deathbed. I feel like a lot of people be on their deathbed like, dang, I wish I would have built my self esteem up when I was younger. I would have had so many more opportunities. So while we're able to change and to grow and become better, we might as well. Because I always say, bro, to me, the most disappointing life is wasting your potential, bro. That's like one of my biggest fears in life is wasting my potential. You don't want to waste your potential. But like I said earlier, the foundation is self esteem. Who do you think you are? Yes, you. Who do you think you are?
Literally,
And you're
bro.
right. If it's negative or if it's positive, you're right at the end of the day. That's who you are. You're the creator
Bro,
of your
that's
own
what I
reality.
yeah, that's what I believe mediocrity is, bro. Mediocrity is not being at a low place in life. It is knowing that you can be higher and not pursuing that. That is what
Mm.
mediocrity is. Knowing that you can be this level at this activity, but you choose to be less because you don't want to overshadow people. Man, suck my dick, bro. But I'm gonna give y'all an exercise, bro. So right now, this is something that you can do right now along with the affirmations that we gave before. Write yourself an introduction in the present moment that you would like to be in if it's not the one you see already. So, an example of this will be, hi, my name is so and so. I am a multimillionaire. I have done this. I've done that in this time frame. People love me for this. And it doesn't have to be true right now, but you tell yourself this every morning. You introduce yourself to yourself every morning. I am introducing myself. I'm telling you who we are. That is a very powerful action that you can start right now taking. I have an introduction that I tell myself every day. It's not who I am right now. A lot of it is who I am right now, and it's becoming more gradual. I am acquiring the skill sets, the mental states of that person.
Yeah.
And that is something that everybody could do.
I
And
like
and
that.
yeah, bro, you got anything else?
Nah, just join the community, bro. We going crazy in the community. Free community as well, like come on now.
Yeah, bro. If you want to grow, you got to get around the people that's growing. So let's get it. Stop playing around. And yeah, man, this been the Parent Attentions Podcast. We out.